Alright y'all, so I am back with another video. I wanted to get in here and talk basically about, or I wanted to talk about the trades that I somewhat took this week, basically the bot took this week, and I guess some trades that I took this week on NAS 100. Essentially, let me just make sure that we are recording and everything's good. We have audio, test, yeah. Alrighty, so, basically, again, I just wanted to go over the trades this week that I took using the bots that you can create within Trade Locker Studio Live. I'm going to pull out to the 15-minute. My NAS 100 trades did not go well this week, and I think it's just kind of because I got kind of off track, to be honest. The market started pushing downwards, as you can kind of see, and I did not switch the bot to sells. So as you can see, we got into an open trade. This was July 31st. Open trade, ended up losing that trade. And then yesterday as well, we had an open trade that then closed for a loss as well. And then today, I believe, had another open trade and it ended in a loss. So that is that's not really the bots doing. That's me just not paying attention to this particular asset. So that's on me. I should have realized that the market was turning south, and you can kind of see that a little bit better on TradingView here. You can see the market just totally crashed after reaching, I guess, this new high up here above the 2300 or it's not 2300, 23,000 level, which was pretty much my target. I'm talking about the 23,300. I remember this number because it was one of my targets at one point. So definitely shot past that level, and then eventually reached, looks like 23,732, and then just crashed. So anywho, that's what happened with NAS. On the euro though, I traded euro pretty well, recognized that we were in a sell, or that we had started to sell off because we had broke a previous level, a lower high. And I guess I don't have that necessarily marked up anymore, I guess, but you can kind of see from the trend lines here. So we were on an uptrend. It was like July 17th, but then after hitting, I believe this was a daily order block, or okay, this was the 1 hour order block right underneath the day order block. We ended up crashing down, and looks like we hit our zone down here. And I believe that's like that's a day zone. So hit the bottom of that. The day zone I'm referring to is this kind of yellowish see-through box here. So that's pretty much, that serves as a support and resistance zone. So you can see price moved all the way down to the end of that zone, hitting our 4 hour order block down there as well. And now it's it looks like price is now has since bounced off of this level and pushed up to our previous daily. So it actually blew through a day support and is now falling off of this second day support area, day support trend line here. So was really happy about euro. I was actively paying attention to euro, actively paying attention to the DXY and what was going on. So I believe that's definitely why I had better success with the euro. So I'll show you what that looks like in the live account. And so I do want to just kind of notate that on this NAS 100 account, I did end up, I guess, technically blowing this account. It's now at $1.49. And this is real money, and so that does kind of suck. So anywho, moving on. On this account, however, we are now up to $31. So we've kind of slowly but surely building the account back up. And let me see if I can navigate to the euro. And I would say also too, on that NAS 100 account, I also was trading Ethereum, and so the Ethereum plays kind of wiped out my account, and that was kind of unfortunate. I just wasn't really paying attention per se. So anywho, on this account, on this Euro USD account, this is the trade that it got in today. I am showing it on the 15-minute chart just because I don't necessarily want to, I guess I will, but the bot is placing trades on the 1-minute chart. So it did get in for a sell on that 1-minute chart, and it ended up catching this slight reversal, and it does look like price is probably going to go ahead and fill in this inefficiency down here. So basically how I'm approaching trading Euro USD with the bot is essentially I will mark up the charts, as you can kind of see over here, and then based on the 4-hour chart, I'll kind of detect where we have inefficiencies, where our daily support levels are, where our zones are, and basically just tell the bot to trade, to either enter in for buys on the 1-minute chart or to enter in for sells on the 1-minute chart. So that's pretty much all that I'm doing. I'm trying to eliminate essentially me having to execute trades, because I feel as though in looking over all my trades up until this point, the one thing that messes up my trades, prevents me from being as profitable as I would like to be, is the execution of these trades. It's very difficult, I guess, weirdly enough, to consistently abide by, I guess, my rules or whatnot, and to sit there patiently and get into the trade. So I just think logically it just makes more sense to allow the bot to do that. The bot is not going to give into emotions or anything like that, or FOMO, or become impatient. It's going to basically follow the rules and the parameters that are set within the bot, and it's going to do exactly that. Sometimes there are bugs, sometimes there are things within the logic that I've forgotten to implement. For example, on the NAS 100, I did have to make an adjustment where essentially the take profit levels were not resetting, and so that caused like a stop order to be placed on NAS 100, which caused me a loss, and that was just so crazy. So there are instances where the bot, there's either logic that was forgotten or something of that nature, and then it'll cause maybe a loss or kind of mess up the flow. But typically the bot is going to execute better than I would. So on July 31st, also the bot entered into a sell, and then it closed right down there. We also had another sell on the bot, and I kind of remember this one. I was kind of worried it was gonna kind of close up here, and as you can see, pretty much where we are right now in price, we're at this 15-minute order block, if you will. I'll draw this up just to kind of help whoever may be learning to kind of be able to identify these order blocks. That right there is an order block, basically where we have a bullish candlestick followed by a bearish engulfing candlestick. So that's a 15-minute order block. I was worried about this trade hitting up to that 15-minute order block, but thankfully it was able to just retrace, or didn't even fill in. So this was a great trade. On this one, I think that's where I recognized like the take profit level wasn't necessarily taking on the Euro USD, so I will have to kind of update that, because the Euro USD is supposed to be closing at 5 pips and it's not necessarily doing that. So I'm actually on about maybe 3 of these Euro USD trades this week. I had to manually close it, so I definitely will have to be looking into that. And then you can see, looks like on the 29th, we had a buy. The bot got into a buy order, and then it closed, up there. So, and anywho, and then we had sell orders. So basically, again, just managing these trades, looking at the charts either the night before or the morning of. Definitely I'm checking it the morning of, pretty much just to make sure that everything's okay and that the market is still kind of going in my direction. So that way, if I need to switch the direction on the bot, I can do so. So I'm gonna just kind of show the close positions here so you can kind of see. Now on this day, I guess yesterday, I closed this early. I didn't like where the market was, and I'll show you where it was. So it was basically down here, and I was worried about this this fill-in of this inefficiency on the 4 hour, and I'll go ahead and mark that up as well so you guys can see. Boom, 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 right here, 4 hour inefficiency. And so I was worried about this being filled because price was down here at the time. Honestly, I could have, it was like literally right here. So on this candlestick, I basically closed it. But basically I really could have allowed the trade to really play out and it would have been okay. Because price didn't actually reverse until today. So until this morning at 4 in the morning. So anywho, that's kind of where I need to just, just let the bot, kind of do its thing. So the nice thing about trade lockers is that you can actually see which trades were initiated by the bot, because you can see this little bot symbol right next to the trade, which is really cool. So all of these were bot trades. Now again, I did close about maybe 3 of these trades manually, so keep that in mind. I gotta kind of tweak the logic just to make sure that it is closing at 5 pips. So, and you can also see the fees here. And I did, on July 30th, I did go ahead and bump it up to 0.02 lots, just because I psychologically would feel better if I'm looking at $1 compared to like 44 cents, or really over here, 35 cents, 43 cents, 38 cents. Doesn't really make me feel good. So I want to at least see $1.50. I'm feeling a little good about life, because this is my own money and we are trying to get it up to, where we need to be in life. So anywho, I am very, very pleased with this. I'm very, very happy that Trade Locker was able to finally give us access to Trade Locker Studio, the bots on the live platform. So I'm very, very happy. And again, these are the trades basically from this week. Pretty much all green, and then I'll go ahead and show you, make sure that we are still recording, and let me just refresh this so you can kind of see visually you can see like the calendar. For me, this has been very, very helpful. I am using Market Memo. I still think Market Memo is definitely behind TradeZilla still in features, but I am definitely enjoying seeing the chart visually. So as you can see, this pretty much just shows what we, how we profited this week. And so again, on the first day, Monday, 35 cents, 45 cents, Wednesday, $1.18. Thursday, it really should have been a green day, but I closed it and then wasn't thinking about the fees on there. So that's why it's negative 22. Because when I closed it, it was like, I think maybe negative 4 cents. And I should have waited a little bit longer to let it get in profit before I closed it. So anywho, that was the week this week. Total net P&L is $1.26. I know this may not be impressive, but for people that do have money, I think you should be able to see the opportunity here. So capital is really the only hindrance, but you can definitely build accounts from $100, $25, $5. You just gotta kind of be patient. Something that I may implement next week on another account is having Euro USD actually swing, so that I can take advantage of kind of the long-term swings and not just getting those 5 pip wins every day. So hopefully this video was pretty helpful. I did go through this pretty quickly, just because I gotta get to the store and whatnot, but hopefully this was helpful, and hopefully you could see the value or the opportunity in the Rainforest robot. If you'd like to get that, you can get that on my website at rain.financial. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.